Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Battlefield 3 running on the AMD Ryzen 5500U. Now this game is currently running at the lowest possible settings at 1080p, and we're getting what is around a 60 FPS average with 1% lows that are pretty tight and frame times that are very consistent. So the gaming experience here is actually pretty great and very enjoyable. It was kind of a pain to get the game working though, just because Punkbuster wasn't installed properly, but I think that's just an Origin problem. Overall though, the performance while actually playing the game is really enjoyable, though I'm surprised that the settings need to be all the way to the lowest and we're still not getting a really high FPS here. But I mean, this is one of those games that like was really demanding at the time. I actually originally played this game on a cross-fired pair of AMD Radeon HD 6950 2GB cards. So I had two of those paired together, and this was one of the only games that properly worked with dual GPUs, you know, because like a lot of games did not function with that, and they still don't really. So back then it was still a novelty. Honestly, I regret getting both of those cards because they were just power hogs. They were so hot, and the performance was not great in a lot of games. You know, it would actually end up ruining the experience in a lot of games back then, so I would actually have to disable crossfire. So I had a whole graphics card in there that just wasn't doing anything. So it was a complete mistake to get that kind of setup. But it's funny to think how just over time technology just improves. This game, you could play it at 1080p at 60 FPS, yeah, at the lowest settings, but still a great experience, and the game still looks good. Back then AMD was actually releasing their first generation of these APUs that were like their desktop APUs, and they had terrible processors in there, but the GPUs were decent enough. But the performance that they would advertise you would get in this game was like you were supposed to get like 30 FPS maybe at like 1366 by 768. It's funny to think that now, you know, you can get integrated graphics to let you play it at 1080p with a mix of settings and get a pretty consistent FPS. This is at the lowest settings though, because it's what's going to get you the best performance. But I mean, realistically, you can turn up some settings because they're not as demanding. This is just me blanketly using a preset, but the experience is good, and if you want to play this game on here, you can. So anyways, that is it for me guys. I will see you guys next time.